Hey, it's Wednesdays live with Bro. Wednesdays live with Bro. It's Wednesdays live with Bro. What? Wednesdays live with Bro. Hey, Wednesdays live with Bro. What? Wednesdays live with Bro. It's Wednesdays live with Bro. Wednesdays live with Bro. It's Wednesdays live with Bro. Come on. Wednesdays live with Bro. Hey, Wednesdays live with Bro. Wednesdays live with Ro. What? Wednesdays alive with Ro. Is Wednesdays live with Ro. Is Wednesdays live with Ro. Wednesdays live with Ro. It's Wednesdays live with Ro. Wednesdays alive with Ro. It's Wednesdays alive with Ro. Is Wednesday live with Ro. Wednesdays live with Ro. Wednesdays live with Ro. Hey, it's Wednesdays live with Ro. What? It's Wednesdays live with Ro. It's Wednesdays alive with Ro. Wednesdays alive with Ro. It's Wednesdays alive with Ro. Wednesdays live with Ro. Wednesdays live with Ro. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, everybody. Hi. Happy Wednesday, family. Rosina here, tuning in on this wonderful Wednesday evening. Check in, say hello, let me know you and all that good stuff. We'll get this chit chat started. I'm live here every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, AZ time. I did miss last week. I just think my body was tired and I was honestly laying there like I'm supposed to be doing something. Then realize what it is after the fact. So all good in the hood. It happens. It happens. But we're back. We're here tonight to come in and have a conversation. And yeah, I see you guys coming in. Good evening. Good evening. All right. So I am on spring break and so happy about it. Uh, Monday, I did not leave my bed, and I'm okay with that. This past couple of days, I just been like taking it easy, just relaxing, getting a little bit of work here done, business work here done, little by little. But other than that, I've really been taking advantage of that. Try not to do too much extra if I don't have to. I don't think I realized how tired I was until past couple of days. But to God be the glory. Self-care is one of my biggest things. Has been one of my biggest things lately. You can't give your all out to everybody else and you're not taking care of you. So I've been chilling. I've been relaxing. I actually cooked a little bit more this week, so that was pretty cool. But I wasn't on a schedule and running here, there, and everywhere. I need to get back into meal prepping, so that's a thing. Um, but yeah, been a pretty chill week thus far. Taking it one day at a time. One day at a time. I put a post up the other day, quoting my dad. I love my dad, I do. Uh, and I appreciate him more as an adult than I think I've ever have. He's up in age, but he's still in his right mind, so I'm so grateful for that. Speaking to him on the phone, I don't tell my dad what goes on in my personal life. I do that on purpose. I've always been like that. I'm real particular with who I share it with anyway. But my dad will call and his discernment will pick up. And since I moved to Arizona, a couple of years after I moved out here, every time I spoke to him, it was, "When are you gonna pastor? When are you gonna pastor? When are you gonna open your church?" And I'm, man, sir, I'm not opening no church. I'm not starting the ministry. I'm not interested in opening church. No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. But yet here we are, right? Here we are, and ministry has taken a turn. And just talking to him lately, it's been a breath of fresh air and a grip of encouragement. This last week I sent him the programs for the installation because with everything going on, him traveling here, that was a no-go. So he called me to tell me he got them. And he just reminded me to do right by people, even if they don't like me, and reminding me that people, they definitely gonna be jealous of you now because of where you are and where God is taking you. And like I said, I don't tell my dad much of anything. It's hi, how you doing? He'll ask about the church. He'll ask about the people he does know of. He'll tell me how he's doing health-wise. But beyond that, we don't talk. So for him to be able to discern, of course, people are running their mouth. Of course, people looking at me, or people's actions are showing that they're expecting me to fail, or because I have more on my plate that I can't do it. Instead of helping me in the manner of how can I help, when you're dealing with somebody who's strong, it's easier for the person when you ask them, how can you help, versus you thinking that if I just do it, or quote unquote take it off their plate, it'll go a lot smoother. In my head, it makes it seem like you think I can't do it, right? So, of course, when elevation comes, you start delegating things more. And I've made it clear in a couple of areas that, nope, I'm not doing it all on my own. But we got to work together, right? We have to work together. So if you're dealing with somebody who's strong, ask questions. See where their head is. See how you can help versus just trying to do it for them. And know that if they committed to it, most likely they can handle it, right? And if you do notice that there are people out there who seem like they might want you to fail, or seem like they don't have your best interests in mind, you keep going, right? This is not stop people with what they have to say and what they're doing and not doing. That's not stopping my show. It's not shopping. That sounds a little sarcastic, but I think you get my point. It's not stopping where, thanks sis, I appreciate that. It's not stopping the direction that God is taking me. It's not stopping what he has in store for me. It's not stopping the blessings he has for me. It's not stopping the favor on my life. No, I'm going to keep going regardless. Am I going to ask for help here and there? I ain't got no choice. I cannot do everything by myself. I know that. Believe me, I understand it. But just because someone's running their mouth doesn't mean your ministry stops. Just because someone is running their mouth doesn't mean your business is not going to succeed. Just because listen, they give you publicity without even realizing they're giving you publicity. I'll say it again because I said that kind of fast. They're giving you publicity without realizing they're giving you publicity. Let people talk. People want to be jealous. Hopefully they're learning something. You're not responsible for how anybody perceives you, as long as you're showing up in the manner that you're supposed to be showing up in. So whatever decisions you choose to make, if you are feeling led by the Lord to do it, keep pushing. Everybody's not going to agree with what the Lord tells you to do. That's right, free advertisement. People are going to look at you. If you know it's a God decision, run with it. Keep it pushing. The Lord has definitely been opening doors for me. Yesterday morning, I was on a guest of Evangelist Rasheed Worley's on her show with Dr. Lorraine Middleton and the Praise FM family. I was just so elated to be on. I don't know if it showed, but I really was. Because she could have asked anybody else, but I was just grateful to be a guest, and we were just having a conversation. She was asking about my spiritual journey and my spiritual walk and my salvation and being called and all that good stuff. And one of the main things that stuck out in the conversation, we talked about self-care. The Bible does tell us to love our neighbors as we love ourselves, right? So we have to be able to take care of self in order to help and take care of others. So like I said, self-care has definitely been a priority. Plug, if you are, I do have a self-care. I'll send you the link. It's still on their Facebook page. Self-care, making sure you're taking care of yourself. I do have a self-care group here on Facebook for all the ladies who would like to be a part. I give a prompt that we can do on a daily basis, 5 minutes a day, something different every day that you can do just to make sure you're spending time and loving on yourself, that you're spending time with you. You have to, aside from your time with the Lord, you have to make sure we're spending time with ourselves. So if you would like to be a part of that group, inbox me, message me, leave a comment below, and I'll make sure I will add you to that. It's only for the ladies. I don't have anything for the guys yet. Bear with me. we'll get there. But yeah, being was on the radio, and it was kind of nostalgic. As a child, um, following around my dad on most weekends. He was a guest on a radio show or two. So being around him, I would go with him to the radio show, meet myself and one or two other youth, and we would do the scripture or we would do the announcements for him. We would do commercials sometimes. So it was just, of course, you could see my face, but the fact that with all the commercials involved and listening and just being there, being interviewed was just like, wow, I'm back here again, which is great. Like it was amazing. So we'll see what comes out of that. I'm just grateful to the Lord for the opportunity, for the open door, for the platform. There was a lot of people watching, a lot of people tuned in. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So to be able to be back there and just to talk about God and my journey, it was pretty cool. It was. Another thing that I mentioned was being able to, I was asked how do I balance it all? And one of the main things I did mention was being able to separate ministry from my personal. Anybody who works with me knows that for the most part, I am a quiet person. Not many people believe that, but you would have to be around me to know that if I don't have anything to say, I'm not going to say anything. But I do have a habit of separating ministry from personal. So if I'm in ministry mode, people around me know she's on it, she's on a roll, let her be. So it's not the time to ask you personal questions. It's not the time to quote unquote get in the way. We got something to accomplish. We're on a mission. Let's get it rocking. Now we chilling on a personal level, or if I'm chilling with, it depends on the ministry too. Because how, of course, I would be with the kids is not maybe the same way I would be with the ministers, or as an admin is not the same way I would be as a pastor. Personality-wise, that runs the same across the board. I'm the same person. I'm the same Rosina, all that good stuff. But kind of like you take one hat off and put on another to get the job done. So I've been able to separate, and being in ministry so long, you have to learn how to separate personal. Now that's not saying don't be personable in ministry. It's saying don't mix your personal things with ministry, if that makes sense. That doesn't make sense. Somebody please tell me. Of course, you got to be down to earth and be personable with those you're dealing with in ministry, depending on what you're doing. But I'm not my personal account. Let's put it this way: that's how you separate business, personal from business, or how you would separate your mindset from. I don't know how to explain it. So hopefully that makes sense. I don't mix personal and ministry on purpose. And I am friends with a few people who are in ministry with me, but we have the boundary set. There we go. We have the boundary set to know when it's time for one thing, it's time for one thing. When it's time for another, it's time for another. And it keeps my sanity. I promise you it does. It keeps my sanity. Like I said in the beginning of the broadcast here, I'm very picky with who I tell what to. And if I tell you something and it gets back to me, I definitely know who I said what to who. Because I'm real strategic. So that's one way that I've been able to maintain my sanity, is making sure I separate personal from ministry so that I'm organized enough. Like, y'all know me, I'm the planner girl. I get laughed at often. My boss cracks jokes at me. My boss's wife cracks jokes at me all the time. I love my planners. I love my books. I'm sitting here with one in front of me now just to make sure I stay on track with the conversation here today. Keeps me organized. Some of them I look at every day. Some of them is just once a week, but it keeps me on track to where I'm going. Write things down. I say that a lot. I'm big on giving out. If I see a need, I'll give out a journal. If you need to know what to put in a journal, just ask it, and I tell you. But I've always been a paper and pen girl. Always. Like my mom would get so upset because I'm dating myself, Lord. I loved Trapper Keepers and Lisa Frank. Trapper Keepers, Lisa Frank, and when I was a child, which I think I have one, the pens that had the multiple colors, you couldn't tell me nothing, okay? You couldn't tell me nothing. Trapper Keepers, Lisa Frank stickers, and the pens that have multiple colors. because my notes were in different colors. My notes were in different colors, and I was taking notes and writing stuff down and making it cute. And my journals had, man, listen, he wasn't telling me nothing. But I'm still like that today. It's just a little bit more. My friends say I have a whole stationery store in my home, and maybe one day I'll give a tour of that. I even had a friend come visit me and attempt to steal pens, but she got smart. She stole the least important pens, so I couldn't tell they were missing. So by the time she got back to New York, she sends me a picture of what she had taken. It's disrespectful, and I'm no longer allowed to give away pens. I have to ask permission for that. That's the inside joke. But yeah, so staying focused, looking forward, and all that good stuff. I'm still on spring break, so I'm definitely glad about that. 2 more days to rock it out. I may do some paperwork for work this weekend just to get ahead of myself for next week. But I'm chilling. We just chilling. You didn't get your what? I'm not giving out no more pins. I just gave you a sticker album. Stop it. Don't pay her no mind. Anyway. But yeah, just focusing forward. Just stay focused and let people talk. Elder, how are you, sir? Just stay focused. I'm not giving no more pins away. Leave me alone. Just stay focused. People are going to talk. I was talking about my dad in the beginning and how his discernment has been off the charts. And this knowing comes, it comes more. We can talk about that later. You interrupted my train of thought here. When elevation comes, people are gonna say what they want to say. People are gonna do what they want to do. People will continue to badmouth you or either wish you well, whichever direction they're doing. Like we said earlier, it's free publicity. Free publicity. Let people say what they want to say. Let people do what they want to do. How they're good. You just do what you're supposed to do, right? You get so focused and so confident in what God calls you to do that all that other stuff just will begin not to matter. I could have easily got distracted by what I know people are saying, right? By what I know people are doing, what I'm discerning about their motives, about what I'm seeing in their actions, right? But if I get distracted, how am I helping somebody? I mean, I can help somebody else, of course, by getting back on track. But how much of an example can I set if I'm letting something like that distract me from what it is God has for me? I ain't got time for that. That's not on my to-do list. That's not on my to-do list today, tomorrow, yesterday, next week, couple of weeks. No. And as much as I grew up in the projects, so as petty as I would like to be, as disrespectful as I know I can be, as rude or as much of an attitude as I know that I can have, I choose not to, right? I make the choice. My prayers, I posted this before, my prayers are more powerful than my petty. Can I be petty? Have I been petty? Absolutely. I'm making a choice to put my focus on the Lord versus trying to put my focus on people and what they say. I've been a people pleaser before. Ain't got time for it. Been there, done that. I'm nobody's doormat. I've said this before. I'm nobody's rug. Not gonna happen. To some people, it looks like a wall. It looks like I put up a wall. To some people, I'm being stubborn. However you want to view it, I've dealt with narcissistic people. However you want to view it, that's on you. No time for it whatsoever. However you want to view it, that's on you. But we have to be so focused on the Lord and on our assignment and our call that we don't have time for the distractions. We don't have time for the disarray. We don't have time for the chaos. was dealing with a situation last week, and the first couple of words that came out of my mouth was, I don't do drama. I just, I was about to say it's no longer in the drama part is not in my DNA makeup no more, but the petty may or may not pop out from time to time. But it's all good. It's all good in the hood. But we have to be able to stay focused. And on the radio yesterday, another thing I spoke about was being held accountable. I have people in my life who are able to hold me accountable, right? Accountability is not somebody trying to control you. Accountability is not somebody who's trying to clock you or get in your way and stuff like that. No, people who are assigned to your life to hold you accountable are there to help push you forward, are there to help you when you slip, are there to help you and remind you what your purpose is, where you're going, right? Where you're supposed to be going. I do have a coach in my life who, bless her heart, is as encouraging as possible. That's one area of my life. And I have a mentor who encourages me in other areas of my life. And I thank God for my pastor who keeps pushing me forward. So it's like you have to make sure you have people set up in your life who are there to hold you accountable. There's nothing wrong with people holding you accountable. It's the mindset you have behind it, right? Those people in my life, and it has to be, of course, you gotta have people in your life who you trust, because everybody can't hold you and remind you and hold you accountable, because you can't take criticism, in my opinion, can't be received from everybody. That's just my opinion. People you can't have, everybody can't have permission to speak into your life and to speak over your life. And those are boundaries that you have to set and knowing and doing so, right? So I was talking about my dad in the beginning, how his discernment has been picking up and he's been so encouraging in this whole process, and just being mindful of how you deal with what people are saying about you. Because they're going to talk, they're going to say what they want to say and all that good stuff, but how you handle it, how you deal with it, how you respond to it versus reacting to it is what makes a difference. How I have the ability to be petty and I choose not to be petty because I could, but for what? For what? So we both looking crazy. So I feel better for a second. I'd rather let the Lord fight those battles for me than me trying to retaliate or respond to or react to what somebody has said tit for tat. I've outgrown that a long time ago. I'd rather make a phone call. I need you to pray. This is what's going on, and keep it pushing versus me calling the person and confronting them. I mean, if it's not something that's stopping or trying to block what God has for me, and I don't feel led to touch it, you're not touching it. So, it's Wednesday's Live with Ro. Check in, let me know you are here, say hello, and all that wonderful good stuff. I see you guys. I appreciate all of you. We just chit-chatting, having a conversation. So you are more than welcome to type that and all that good stuff. So yes, my plate has been increased, but that just means I have to be a little more organized, a little more strategic. And like I said in the beginning, that's what we were talking about too. Dealing with a strong individual, asking them what they need versus trying to take it off their plate. We find that, and I'll say it this way too, we find that a little bit offensive instead of you having a conversation with me versus you just trying to take it from me and running with it. Somebody posted a poem on Instagram. I have to find the young lady's name. Basically about being strong, being a strong individual, and how some people get intimidated by that, or somebody's more anointed, they get intimidated by it, and they project how they feel by the way they respond and react onto you versus trying to tell you that's how they feel. And my job is to stay focused. My confidence, my self-esteem won't diminish because anybody has a problem or issue with what God is doing in my life. My confidence and my self-esteem will not diminish because somebody doesn't like what I'm doing, or who I'm with, or who I'm hanging, or how I do what I do. Because of the Lord, I'm able to do things in confidence. Because of where God has me and how He has helped me, I'm able to do things with my head held high and in confidence. And I'm okay with that. Everybody's not okay with that. I've noticed that. I've been paying attention a lot. And I've been watching and being mindful of how people are responding and reacting to what the Lord is doing and how He's blessing myself and those around me. And just hearing what people say, watching their actions and things of that nature, it's become quite interesting. But that doesn't mean I get to change how I am unless I'm doing something against what God wants me to do, or who I am, because I belong to the Lord. I'm a child of God. I'm a child of God. And He does things in decency and order, so I choose to operate the same. So this is my chit chat for Wednesday. So you are on with Zena on tonight. Wednesdays live with Ro. I need to go ahead and record that because I just be singing it every week and stuff. It's great. Because it's Wednesdays live with Ro. It's Wednesdays alive with Ro. Wednesdays alive with Ro. Is Wednesdays live with Ro. Wednesdays live with Ro. Live with Ro. Wednesdays live with Ro. Wednesdays live with Ro. Okay, so anywho, church announcements real fast. I'll be live Saturday night. I'll be live Saturday night at 5 p.m. on the worship and rewind on the Kingdom House of Worship church page. Live at 5 o'clock. I'm also in the building every Saturday, 3618 West Osborne Road at 5 p.m. So if you decide you want to come worship with me in person, you are more than welcome. But I will be live on the Kingdom House of Worship page. Listen, make sure you are liking. I appreciate those who have been liking things. I appreciate those who have been sharing videos, sharing content. While you're at it, go ahead and follow my YouTube page, subscribe to YouTube and all that good stuff, so I can get things going up over there. I keep looking at my hands because I have an owie. I'm sorry. That's why I keep looking down like that. Yeah. So I will be back next Wednesday again at 9 p.m. To do this all over again. I pray something that was said tonight has encouraged you. This is more just chilling and talking. Saturdays we dive through the Word of God, but Wednesdays is just chilling, talking. A topic gets picked. If you guys have topics that you would like to see me talk about, would like to see me cover, you can put them in the comments. You can inbox them to me, text me, whatever works for you. Let me know. This is the natural side of things on Wednesday, so to speak. So just submit the topic and then we'll go from there. I'll say it that way. So just stay focused. Let people say what they want to say. You don't get distracted because somebody is doing something that's attempting to go against what the Lord has you to do. As long as you know what you're supposed to be doing and you're on the right track to where God is taking you, all the rest of that, dust your shoulders off. Dust your shoulders off. Keep it pushing. Keep it forward. Focus forward. And that's that, right? Because we can easily get distracted, but that would take focus of what we should be focused on. You have tuned in with Rosina. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me today. Listen, let's make the rest of this week a great one, simply because you said so. I love y'all. Appreciate you all. Have a good night.